By request from a very dedicated fan, we're going to talk about one of the most successful clubs in Germany today, Werder Bremen. They're from the city of Bremen in the north of Germany, where they're one of the two biggest clubs, along with their largest rival and competitor in the Nord Derby, Hamburger. As you can see, they play in all green, this being their kit from 2011-2012. I love their founding story because back in 1899, they were started by a group of students who won a football in a tug-of-war competition. They take their name, Werder, from a phrase in German which means kind of river island, because there's a peninsula that runs through the river in Bremen, which is where they first started playing down by the riverside, and still play along the river Weser, which also lends its name to their stadium, the Weser Stadion. I bought this kit off of eBay last year while Werder were fighting relegation, a battle they unfortunately lost, but are about to resolve and go right back up to the Bundesliga, I expect. As you can see, their crest is a diamond with W for Werder in the middle of it, and the star on top represents their 4 league titles in the Bundesliga. As I mentioned, they're one of the most successful clubs in Germany, with periods in the late 80s into early 90s under their manager Otto Rehhagel being very successful in the DFB Pokal, as well as winning the league, and even winning a European Cup Winners' Cup. They also even did a double, only the 3rd team in Germany to ever do so, in 2003-2004, which means they won the Bundesliga as well as the DFB Pokal. Okay, so a couple reasons that you're going to love them. One, they have a good connection with their supporters and their fan base who love them voraciously, to the point that the club has actually retired the number 12 on their behalf for the 12th man. Second, I like the style of play they have. They play a little bit different of a formation than you'll generally see in many leagues. They play a 3-3-2-2. Which gives them a good solidity at the back with 3 center backs, as well as having 2 really good midfielders who feed their strikers, who they are very reliant on for goals, scoring the majority between the 2 of them. But it works, and it's a very balanced attack and might be something different from what you see in other leagues. And finally, the fact that anytime they score a goal, you'll hear this song play out around the stadium, preceded by a ship horn, which is hilarious to me and a great tradition. You may ask why I'm holding a cat for this part of the video, and it's because she keeps messing with the tripod and I can't get this recorded. So, here are 3 players from their past. Miroslav Klose, who played for Werder before moving to Bayern Munich, as well as Mesut Ozil, who made his move to Real Madrid from Werder Bremen, and finally, their all-time leading scorer and international from Peru, Claudio Pizarro, who's actually played for the club 4 different times between stints with Bayern Munich, Chelsea, and FC Köln. A couple names to look out for in their current squad when they return to the Bundesliga next year would be the 2 strikers that I mentioned earlier, in Marvin Dux as well as Niklas Füllkrug. In their defense, keep an eye out for the 2 defenders that have been the most solid, in young Austrian Marco Friedl and Christian Gross. So that's your crash course in Werder Bremen. They're coming to the very end of the Zweite Bundesliga season, and they're currently sitting in 1st